Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. This is a Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of the United States. Ooh. We are back. We are justifying a war against Russia because Russia has now tried to manipulate our political machinations in Ukraine. So, we already lost American lives in there. It's time to commit fully to the war effort. We have the ability right now to bump up our carrier production, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get submarine designs. We need a bunch of ships. One of the primary things to make this successful is going to be to modernize our navy before the Russians do. I think we Ohio class. So like we do these off. I'm just gonna go off dates. So missile subs. We're just gonna auto upgrade, see what it gives us. Torpedoes, anti-ship missiles, land attack. We haven't researched yet, I guess. Nuclear reactors, that looks fine. I'm less concerned with this design. This is purely like a artillery-based sub. Doesn't really provide us a ton of benefit. So this will be the 2030. And we'll go USA. And this is not a frigate. This is a nuclear missile sub. So SS and I'm gonna say this is the nuke, like the missile one. I don't know designations. I'm gonna apologize right away. We'll go ahead and keep the movement forward, at least time-wise. That looks fine. We'll call it SS. Is that a D? Looks like a D, so we're gonna go D in 1. I don't know. That's what it looks like. I apologize. We're not gonna build a ton of these. We want 1 for 5. General Dynamics boat production is gonna be who we're gonna use for submarines. We do want to keep our influence on Panama going, though. We definitely want to get this before the war. Back to designs, production-wise. Next boat. And then we are going to decommission carrier, the missile. We already did those. So we're going to do an attack sub variant. I'm fine with that. That looks great. These are cheaper. They're far more efficient. Dear God, the lag already. So 2030. Go USA, SSN 1. And this is going to be a attack sub, so we're going to go with fish. Make sure it's the right designation. And electric boats. We want everything that can be spent. So it's steel, light metals, and precious metals. So we do have to be aware of that. And then we're going to build a ton of these guys. We've got 5 per group. And we want 2 of these to be infinite. These are sub attack groups. So we were going to want 10 cycles. Missile subs. I want 10 attack groups. We're actually going to double up on carriers here since we're at war now. I do want to make 2 continuous ones. Harley Burks, I'm fine with. So we'll get our first submarine batch in July. 1 month. That's not bad. And this should get more efficient, right? I don't know. Who knows if that will or not. Next thing we need to do, get rid of that. Oh, I have the wrong one on them. My bad. Get this all fixed up too. Military research. We want task capacity, and we'll go with funds gain and more task capacity. All right. That's all we want right now. We're not working on advanced. We'll upgrade everything on the final things we're doing. So attack sub. This does not need to be an attack sub. That's what messed me up. Okay. This is going to be... We need a cruiser hull replacement and a frigate. So let's see. Stealth destroyers as well. We have stealth frigates. We're not using regular frigates. These are old. These are getting mothballed. Cruiser's old. Frigate's old. So we'll start with the frigate hull. We're gonna build a bunch of these. Tons of these guys. So these are gonna be guided missile frigates. I don't know if there's a stealth frigate designation. Like littoral. Yeah, we'll just do... These are guided missile frigates. Pretty much everything here. If I remember right. What are we looking at? We're looking at anti-air of 20, anti-ship guided weapons, anti-sub warfare of 45. These are anti-air. Where's the anti-sub? 95 anti-sub. So we definitely would like... Then destroyers. 55 anti-sub with 24 anti-air. So our frigates are going to be our air screen. Or 45 anti-sub. Destroyers are going to be our submarine. So frigates should be anti-air. 9. Got that. They're using torpedoes for slot 1 with light helicopter pads. On the frigates? What does a light helicopter pad provide? Oh, surface detection for subs. Then we've got anti-ship missiles, surface to air, a regular battery. This gives anti-air and anti-ship guided missile bonuses. We definitely want a reactor. Yeah, so they're gonna get early light reactors. The radars on these are for anti-air. We have a bird. So we'll keep this to surface detection increases, health bonuses, mine sweeping. What do we... Oh, I don't have a name. 2030. Go USA. And we'll just call this Guided Missile Frigate. So FFG 1. Made by Ingalls. And get Ingalls to make these. We're going to make a ton of these too. We want bunches and bunches of these. Alright, so task capacity. We're going to actually get rid of this one right now. We need another one. Let's go ahead and work on our shipbuilding. Go ahead and get Ingalls up. Fund this game. Task. And then where is the last one? Alright, that's stealth frigate. Oh, wait. My bad. This is 4. These are all the wrong one. I did it wrong. Whoops. This is why I get rid of the old ones. That way you can double check yourself when you're going real quick and not release a ship that doesn't have any of the support it needs. Alright, so we're out of rare metals. Rare earth metals there. DVN. We got the George Washington. George Washington Kennedy. These are on infinite. Yeah, so I can bump that to 2. See that. How are we looking on planes? Keep the F-22s coming out. The Clinton 12 a day, that's 4,000 or so, or 5,000 a year. So that's 2 years. Our justification is in 3, so we'll have Clintons by the end of that, but we'll have a new IFV. That's Predators. We may not need to build those. Small arms that are using precious metals. We have 2 million. I'm actually gonna lower these. I think we've stockpiled enough small arms that we can supplement it with moderate reproduction. We don't really have a big like a military like that. Yeah, so we're gonna lower this so that we can get more boats out at once. So this is where our resource shortage is coming into play. Yeah, we're gonna cycle these right as they are. Let's keep getting ship designs though on the field. We got our frigate. We need to get rid of this Arleigh Burke class. And then we also need a cruiser. So let's start with the cruiser. This is a nuclear cruiser. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Guided missile cruiser. Go ahead and upgrade everything here. So cruisers are purely for land bombardment for the most part. And major ship interactions. So USA guided missile cruiser. We'll do one. We'll make this after the famous battle. Actually, these should be states, shouldn't they? Well, I mean, if they were battleships, we'll just go battles. All right, we'll save that. Get rid of this hole. Stealth destroyer. Guided missile destroyers. These are going to be our sub hunters. We'll do this after cities. So these are all anti-submarine and anti-air. They have one anti-ship missile, anti-air. I don't want them to have land attack. One more anti-sub. Surface to air everywhere. Anti-ship. No. Turrets. Yeah, let's give them torpedoes then. We'll give them anti-air, anti-torpedo, or anti-submarine torpedoes. They have railguns on these. Modern reactor. Oh, I need to check that cruiser hull. And then we'll go 2030. It's starting to lag on the names. USA Destroyer designation, guided missile destroyer 1. And then this, let's make sure, yep. We'll make sure that's nuclear. Alright, we're gonna get Ingalls to make that destroyer. And one cruiser. I do want destroyers moved up. We have carriers. We're gonna swap these. Alright. Ingalls is making 3 destroyers right now. These will take 2 years at that rate. This is 1 year. Cruiser needs to be maxed. For what we can provide it. Maybe longer. Yeah, still don't have enough resources to get these going. Alright, so this hull, we're decommissioning that. We're gonna get a secondary cruiser build going. I think all these destroyers I'm gonna lower down to 1. And same with the frigates. We're just gonna drop our resource commitment. We'll build what we can. So cruisers, the commitment is gonna be for 14 fleets. Destroyers, I really need more destroyers. Let's go ahead and add more. Need 2 more destroyers. Commitment for destroyers is gonna be 20. I imagine we'll start losing some of these into combat. Losses. Tanks kind of suck. Apaches, we need to work on our helicopters next. Check aircraft as well. I really can't get rid of anything except the Thunderbolt. We're gonna mothball that plane. The Harrier we shouldn't need. We need Hawkeyes, we need Raptors. 3rd gen AWACS, that's going away. We have the Orion. E3 Century. C-130 Hercules, we probably don't need if we're making the Super Hercules. Oh, we have Globemasters too. No, we need to be making Globemasters. Switchblade is there, that's a drone. Missiles. We're not making nukes right now. Probably should. Don't see anything mothballed. We need more B2 spirits. Making 12 a year isn't great. Alright. This is the weird one where Cobras go away. Why are we there? Longbows, 3rd gen. Anti-air, we need to upgrade. We need to upgrade the Paladin. We need an MLRS system as well. So let's go ahead and look at our research. What are we sitting on right now? About to get last tier vehicles, so yeah, we do have options here as well. It looks like we're getting with medium tank guns, so we can work on the tank. We'll go full max turbine. Artillery vehicles we need to finish out. We're gonna go ahead and get all this up. Yep. They want a war, they're gonna get a war. We're gonna give them a war. Justification 2034. So we don't even have to go for non-aligned, so all of our political power now is going to be on Panama. There's really nothing we need more than Panama. I don't need any more military factories, realistically. Roads would be the most helpful thing for the extra resources and build speed. But that being said, let's go ahead and look at the defenses and supply options from Alaska here. So let's make sure our rail lines. Yeah, we're gonna need to build out our infrastructure to the West Coast first. I think that's gonna be that's an Attu naval yard. We need that. Let's see if any of these pop up in Texas. I think this line's set. San Diego. Yeah, we need this entire rail line done. So we're gonna go ahead and focus on that. Decisions, what do we have? We're about to go back into debt. Very majorly. Alright. So we're gonna go and work for... Oh, I don't have enough senator support? Okay, never mind. That makes that hard. We need rare resources too. That's wild too. Resources to market reduction, political power increase for 90 days, but not the whole time. Revenue drop. But we get a ton more oil. So that we need to keep this in our back pocket. We can use that. Good combat foreign influence. I'm not real worried about that now. What we are worried about is getting these. We need more senators and then strength of regulations up. And this will get us the regulation. So we're going to go ahead and get that. Need this to cycle through because we would need to invest, hopefully. It would be nice now to have F-35s. So we've got 3 years to get it done, and it's not too big of a concern. Agents. Agents. Panama. Forced into hiding. Alright, so we're going to go back into Panama here. And start a rescue mission. We're going to put what's her name there. Panama influence time. Should have investments, so we should be good. Yeah. We were doing good work on the unemployment in the economy. We actually gained 4% employment. But you can only do so much when you're about to go to war. Railroads that I'm going to need. The military assets. That's missile launch sites. SHORAD. We need those in West Coast. Roads, network, air bases. Alright, we're good on air bases. Do we have enough? Yeah, we're not gonna have any reach. Except for here. Maybe. We can throw those down. I'm just gonna put them there. Alright. Statewide defense networks. I mean, we could throw one there. Naval yards. Go ahead and put some there. And on this west coast. And here. Pretty much the entire coastline we need to have options to repair at or dock at. This has a lot of potential. Alright, good. More enrichment facilities. Battery parks. We're gonna spend 100 billion on that. Way too expensive. Office buildings are what they are. I don't really care. Naval bases. This is a big one for us. So it depends where we can build railroads, more so than where we can put a naval base. Yeah, let's see what rail lines we can see. I want to get these up to Alaska. Alright. We need a coastal rail line. It doesn't do like insane... Preferably behind this mountain range. And we can put a rail line to this island. And that island... looks like we can put a rail line all the way out there. Let's do it. Get a naval yard there. We'll get naval yards all along this island chain. Get... that way we can't get trapped. Alright, we should be getting a like larger rail line network too. Be either over here or over there. I don't know where that's building. Okay. Panama. Get this going. This is going to be World War III right here, but we don't have NATO backing us up. Europe is doing their own thing. This will be very intriguing what happens. Naval power in the Pacific. So right now, we've got them. Need to split this off. So we're gonna use these really as spotting boats. And we're gonna have the entire Pacific border and the East Coast patrolled by these destroyers. And the Caribbean. For now, this is how we're gonna do it. Probably not the best way, but what's gonna happen? I think I have a couple built I can throw in. So yeah, delivered ships are going to be the ones we put on the move. Oh, these are subs. Those are our attack subs for our next Wolfpack kind of groups. That'll be helpful. Alright, what do we got? We got frigates. Attack subs. Helicopter operators that are modern. That's a crazy doom stack of frigates. Destroyers. So this is a modern destroyer. This is useless. This is just death. Like, they'll die. Alright, let's move these into a scrap fleet up here. Lead this task force. Anything older than 1995 is gone. 1980 Corvette, also useless. Just costs us fuel and money. Even the 1995 stuff I'm probably getting rid of after the outset of war. Alright, so we got 20... oh god. let's look at this. Never mind. We're just going to keep finishing a bunch of things. 77 trillion in GDP. Yeah, we need more senators supporting. So we'll go ahead and lobby again. Yeah, we got to keep doing Wall Street regulations. Taliban attacks again. Let's look at Panama here. Keep working on that. And let's see. Navy, 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 Navy. More Navy. All right, so this is what we want to see for an actual submarine attack group. Naval speed, that's nice. Combat with win alongside the predator. Yeah, we don't really care about that. Yeah, I don't like this guy. I do not like anti-air attack factor being minus 20%. Ooh, an air controller. He'd be good on a boat. Submarine attack. That's what we want to see. Robert Goucher. Yep. You get to make your own new fleet. We'll just leave the name what it is. Wait. Did he just like go away? What? Oh, come on, man. No, we're just move him in charge of this group. Yeah, so we got all our ships in position. We're gonna have this be U.S. Navy Wolfpack 1. So we're gonna build a bunch of sub attack strike groups. That's what I'm doing. Torpedo reveal chance lower. And then we want hit chance up. And cooldown if we'll get both. Yeah, so these older 1980 subs, they'll be effective, but at least against Russia, not against China. I've never really fought Russia this late. Usually I fight them in the 2010s. And it's always over Ukraine. That's still where we're at, but this is unacceptable to me, them having the Black Sea. So, we'll see what they do. Yeah, and I'm going to have to shrink the area of control of this. I'm going to go ahead and limit them to the East Coast here. I think that'll be a little better. And then I also don't want them in the Caribbean. We're going to go ahead and say Wolfpack 1 is going to hover around Panama. That's going to be their area of operation for now, and then we'll move them out along the western seaboard. Yeah, so that looks a lot better like that. And then I actually am going to reduce your area of operation again. We'll get you out of the north. So you're just covering the eastern seaboard for our major naval moves, and we'll use these Canadian groups split up. Yeah, so this is Canada Task Force 1. They are labeled as holds. So we're going to name this Canada Task Force. We're going to go, this is actually going to be West Pacific Coast. Pacific Coast. That's the Canadian Pacific Wall. That's loading or something while I'm typing. That's always lovely. Yeah, we're gonna use this guy that's got this stupid AA thing because we're just gonna be fighting boats. As in charge of this, he's going to get. He's gonna be just here. I don't know how effective he's gonna be, but he's just gonna be there. That's his area of operation. There too. We do want to cover our western side of Panama. And he gets gonna get more concealment and the ability to retreat while also getting torpedo stream penetration, which is wild. Yeah, so torpedo cooldown is actually pretty insane. He could actually be a sub commander. So Goucher is in charge of that. We'll wait for this to build another to get another missile sub in there. We're gonna add that to Goucher's fleet. And what we're gonna do is split this all off. So 2 of these. That's an attack sub. So random. Another 2 frigates. So we're gonna stack these, disband that task force. Can I click it? Cannot click it. Oh, I am way out of time on this episode too. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next one as we continue our preparations. We have 4 years, and then things are gonna be really popping off. So, anyway, I'll see you on the next one.